much for coming in for a video today. I'm working on making a trip out to the flea market, and my husband and I have been gathering all our stuff for that. And let me know if you want to see a video on that. I may set up a little cam in the corner for a little. Really appreciate all the questions. They're very insightful. It's been 3 weeks, guys. I am so sorry for that. Bobby Rock asked, would you go over all the styles of bags, clutch, saddle, wristlet, crossbody? I only know a few things. Oh my goodness. Okay, I should have prepared for that one. So let's go grab them. This is a satchel because it has the 2 handles. My bag of the month video. This really would be considered a satchel. So that's your satchel. I have a clutch. This is a vintage clutch with, it's navy. It's really cute. It's navy and it's got some ruching. It's considered a clutch. Anything that you would hold like this without a handle would be considered a clutch. And a wristlet. Oh, I love this wristlet. I think I showed it to you in a haul. I got it for $7, probably half of that because I would not pay $7 for this. But it's Lasac, and it's a really cute crocheted wristlet. And the wristlet usually has something to put on your wrist to hold on to. This is the baguette, and this one fits right into the arm, sort of like a clutch would, but it's got the strap. Very small. And these were really made popular by Fendi on Sex and the City. I don't know if you recall, but she braves about her Fendi baguette in one episode. And this, I just added the little embellishment of the tassel there. I used to thrift a lot of bags, not necessarily for the bags themselves, but if they had leather tassels like this, I redonated the bag and just yanked off the tassels that were on the zipper pulls and things. But this is the baguette style. I had it for sale for a while, but I haven't relisted it in style. Super thick biker leather studs on the side. This is the crossbody. This is a vintage sass that I just sold. I love it. This is perfect for travel. These do really well for me on all venues, but especially on Etsy. So this is your crossbody here. And crossbody usually has enough length, like this is adjustable, so it'll usually have enough length to go across the body comfortably. Some people do like them short, and I do as well. I like the crossbody right here. I don't really like it so much hanging around my hip. It seems to move a lot, but it depends also on the bag. If it's a big heavy bag, sometimes it's better if it's a little closer. This one would be way too short for a crossbody, but it's perfect just as a shoulder bag. And let me turn this around. Just really adore this bag. This is a Canadian brand, and I showed it to you in a haul. I bought it brand new. It's got this little zip up here where I can expand the purse, and I can actually unzip it all the way up, but I just did it right here because I kind of like the way they dangle right there. And it expands the purse, and then it reveals this sort of aurora borealis, or sort of an opalized insert of leather there, full grain leather. This was a brand new bag I thrifted. Chanel Canada, nice thick lining, adjustable. It's got the little adjustable, really. And this is, of course, is a hobo style, but it's also considered a shoulder bag. And yeah, I really love this. And as Vanessa was telling me, she changes bags every day. I wish I could do that. I guess I need a bag organizer to normally keep a bag for about a month. And then unless I'm wearing, you know, like something black and I don't want to wear a brown Louis Vuitton with it or something, but Louis Vuitton really can take you anywhere. Well, here's a really good question. If you could only buy and sell 3 types of money-making items, what would they be? Handbags. That's kind of my forte, is the handbags, because I just love handbags. I don't know, handbags and jewelry. I have just always adored accessories. I think I like them really because they don't take up too much room. And then the jewelry, it just takes so little effort to sell jewelry. You just have to know a little bit about metal content, a little bit about vintage jewelry, Mexican jewelry, costume jewelry. Know the big names of costume design jewelry. And I don't know, it's such a hard question. It's been what I have collected. Like, I collected 60s decor. I loved the lamps, the ashtrays, the Fiesta ware. I went through all that gamut, and anything to do with cigarettes and tobacco. Also, I collected that. I collected barware. So yeah, maybe I'll narrow it down that way. I'll say some mid-century collectibles, handbags, and jewelry. Those would be the 3 money makers that I know people just always want to go back, and retro, and things that are retro are always interesting to them. And so, and they're just very aesthetically pleasing. I think simplicity of the 60s decor is always of interest, and it just kind of fits in with any decor. I got to show you this lamp I got, guys. I just put it right here, and it's very 60s. It's from IKEA though, and I thrifted it the other day for half price. It's amazing. It's like the shape of An egg. Yeah, it's like the shape of an egg, but it's plastic and it's got a cord on it, like a phone cord, and it's just amazing. And it's so 70s more, I think. More 70s, but it's just so cool. I love it. I can't wait to show it to you. But anyway, let's move on to another question. Guys, I can ramble so much. RISHSTSA, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but they asked, oh, here's the tough question, and I researched it. Is an eBay store worth it? What's your opinion? I'm a newbie on eBay, and I've been selling consistently since 2015. Congratulations, good. I have about 200 listings at any given time. That's awesome. And I sell mostly clothing, shoes, handbags, etc. Should I bother with a store or just stick with the listing promotions eBay offers? Thanks. And you know what? That's what I do. First of all, I'm afraid they're going to make me change my name, and I've already got an established feedback. You guys can enlighten me on that. Please elaborate on this question if you can, because I researched it and I tried to find just a straight up answer. How much are the fees to a store compared to what I'm paying to list regularly? And I couldn't find one. What you're selling. It depends on types of stores. I'm not even sure. I could not find an answer on eBay. Now, I have had eBay call me. They actually called me and left a message about a week ago and were trying to get me to get a store. But it was so murky, I could not get a definitive answer. And that's probably why I haven't done FBA as well. Amazon are amazingly amiable. They are just very personable. I mean, when I've called about things that I've purchased or an issue that I've had with a customer, they have been amazing. They really, really have, and they return your calls, and they keep notes, and it's just wonderful. So I know that if I had the time, and I'm going to make the time probably this spring break or in the summer, to try to set up an FBA account just so I can compare. But I don't know if I'm ready to do that with eBay. I'm just so used to doing it the way I've done it. And you're right about the promotions. The promotions are amazing. Very often it's 100 free listings. Usually it's 50 free listings. And what I do, that kind of forces me when I have the 50 limit and then they're charging me 30 cents for each additional listing. I go ahead and do a few, like I'll renew a thing that I think, still has a good chance of selling. But normally I'll just wait. It kind of forces me to look at my other venues. That kind of forces me to add more to Etsy and to Poshmark because they're free. Only 20 cents on Etsy, and then Poshmark is free until you sell something. So that really kind of forces me to look at in those directions and fill in the gaps that way. So if anybody else can be concrete and let us know what exactly are the fees for an eBay store and how have you found it more beneficial. And I'm talking about money-wise. I know everybody talks about metrics and exposure and whatnot, and to me as a customer, I never know whether you have a store or not. I really don't, unless I'm actually interested in the item, but I'm not like, oh, I'm going to go to so-and-so's store, or, well, what's her name has a store, she must sell better things. No, I never look at it like that. I really don't. That's just the way I see it. Or if you have a concrete answer for us, please let us know, because we really want to know what is the advantage of having that eBay store. I haven't seen it because I haven't opened one and because I cannot get a definitive answer on the fees. And bottom line is always the fees to me. I don't mind doing a little bit of extra work. I know time is money, but if it's going to save me a little bit of money, I'm going to have to go that way. I mean, that's kind of always the bottom line for me is money. Copper House Farm. And would you please show us how to wrap books in paper bags for mailing, and how do you get the sticky labels off? Thanks, Sharon. We'll show you that. I will insert that here or there, and then you will see. Stampability's heat embossing gun. Heat gun. It's not air, and a lot of people are using blow dryers, and I think that works as well. I just heat up the edges, guys, and this is really hot, so I heat it up, and I move it away, and then I start peeling, and that's what I do. And it really does get hot. See? Came right off. If there's ever any residue, I just kind of rub that off like that. How I pack my books in the bags, and this is a paper bag that I just got from Whole Foods. They have the better thick bag. And as you can see over here, I have a roll of plastic So I do wrap it in plastic first, get it flat where I could just fold it in. So I'm going to cut the bag. This is a flexible paper bag, so I don't do this with my hardcovers because I don't want to damage the spine on my hardcovers. But I'm simply going to wrap it around in here. Sorry about the voiceover. I had the radio blaring, but I did use a nice thick bag and plenty of tape, very secure. Someone else asked me, I think it was the last time that I read all those questions that I didn't touch on was whether or not I use a scale, and I do not use a scale. And I know everybody says it's like essential, but I do not use a scale because I kind of already know what things will cost. And if I don't, I really get really close where I either charge $1 more or I charge $1 less, and it all balances out. I've never had any complaints about me charging $1 more for shipping or anything like that, because I really don't. I don't gouge people on shipping. That's not my thing. I've never done it. Anani G asks, love your videos. When you get to your next Q&A, please share how you clean your products up. Also, how do you pick what books you buy and keep and leave behind? What's your key points on minimum profits that you'll risk? Not sure what you mean by key points on minimum profits, but I will share with you how I prep my books in that video that I'm going to insert here and there. I'll sell little things that aren't too much trouble to ship for $8 or $10 profit, but really I'm shooting for 10. The question, but I remember the question. I hope you don't mind that I didn't say your name. But the question was concerning media mail versus regular mail. I ship it media mail. I have not gotten any complaints. I hope I don't. But I ship it media mail because it's just so much cheaper. It's just, unless it's a thin, super thin paperback that will maybe be 50 cents to $1 difference, I don't mind doing it that way. Yeah, I've never had a problem with what books I choose and which ones I leave behind. I've answered this question a few times, and I don't mind answering it again because I always have something else to add to it. But I definitely stay away from nonfiction. Think obscure. Think which books are not saturating the market, which subjects are no longer talked about that people are still curious about. Things like psychology, sociology, anthropology, history, sex, what else? How-to, self-help, even, and of course, craft books, old crafts, old world crafts that are no longer done. Things like tatting and knitting, some knitting books, older books with patterns. Of course, watch my book hauls, guys, because I don't pick them up unless they're going to make me some money. Cookbooks. Obscure cookbooks, though, not your run-of-the-mill Oprah's cookbook or Kris Jenner's cookbook. Nobody wants those. But things like a restaurant that may have closed, a famous New York, landmark restaurant or something. Those kinds of things still sell. And keep your eyes out for a Trump book, guys. Not The Art of the Deal, but there's another obscure book out there. I forgot the name of it. I saw it somewhere. I saw somebody talk about it. Was it on the internet? I don't know where, but it's going for $100 on Amazon right now. And it's not The Art of the Deal. It's another of his books. So yeah, interesting people that are happening now. You're gonna have curious people out there who are going to want to buy that book, and a few people have it. So I'm definitely out there searching for Trump books. So that is the end of my Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it. Please ask me more questions. Please do so right here in this comment section so that I can find it really quickly next time. And if I left out your question, please forgive me. It's that I didn't find it, but post it again and I'll hit it next time. Thank you so very much for everything, guys. Please come back again, and I'll see you then. Oh, by the way, I do have some other videos coming up. I just told you I was going to go to the flea market, and but I've got some hauls on some jewelry bags that not only did I buy, but they inspired me to pack up some and do some for the flea market. So I did that. I did a $15 bag here, a $30 bag here, and really good buys in here, guys. I know people are going to be happy, and it's going to save all the nickel and dime. So come back and see my haul videos, all right? And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Yeah, on lonely occasion